Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about account management services. Should you use them or should you avoid them? Stay tuned, I'm going to give you the answer right now. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Nick. I talk all about trading and investing, and you can bet your bottom dollar I've heard all about all these different account management services that are offered out there when it comes to forex. And I haven't heard. Will, have you ever heard of stocks being offered as like an account management service?
Nope.
I've never heard of that. So mostly forex. Now, when it comes to stocks, there's things like hedge funds and more legal entities that are out there. But today I'm going to talk about why I personally think that account management services should be 100% avoided. And here is why. So account management services basically say, you give me your money, I'll manage it for you and keep a portion and give you the rest. And in theory, this makes a lot of sense because when it comes to this concept, you're thinking, okay, this person is a pro. We've got somebody who definitely knows what they're doing or seemingly knows what they're doing. And they say, hey, I can make a great return on your money. So you say, okay, well, I'm going to give you my money in the hopes that it's going to give me more money back, right? This is the theory. This is the basic principle of account management services, because you're trusting that this individual, male, female, you don't even know sometimes, honestly, because sometimes it's just these random individuals that are like sketchy on the internet, right? They offer a pretty impressive return on investment, and they're just going to keep a small portion. Now, this is tricky because some account management services out there may actually be legitimate, but most of them, for the most part, most of the ones that I have come across have been scams, okay? And scams in the sense that, here's what they do. I'm gonna try not to laugh because it's really not funny for the people who have fallen victim to this, but it's pretty ridiculous from the outside. So what they'll do, and this is, Will's gonna be laughing, so if you hear him laughing, he's behind the camera. But here's what some of these interesting characters do. They will take your money, and they'll even do it through some sort of site, right, or management site, where they will take your money and they will absolutely go all in with your money and just gamble it. Because what do they have to lose? If you give me your $3,000. And I just say, I'm all in with this. If I make money, I keep 50% and you get 50%, and great, I made money. But if I lose all of it, it doesn't hurt me at all, it just hurts you, right? That's the problem with some of these scams that are out there. So you have to be very, very careful when talking about account management services that you're not falling for somebody who's just gonna take your $3,000 and say, all in on the US 30, and we're gonna either double our money here or we're gonna go to nothing. Because you could do that yourself if you wanted to just gamble, right? You don't need a professional to gamble your money for you. So that is one of the biggest problems with account management services right off the bat, is you have a lot of people who have no idea what they're doing, but they're willing to just take 50% of the profits if they make anything and give you nothing if they lose it all. So that's the problem right off the bat. Now, there's some more legitimate problems for the people out there that are actually offering account management services that are legitimate offers, right? The ones that are not actually scams, or maybe they're not actually scams. They're offering a reasonable return on investment, something that looks way more down to earth. But there's still a problem here, because what happens if you take that same $3,000, you say, okay, well, I've got my $3,000 and I want to invest it with this person who says they can make 10% per month pretty consistently, okay? Not terrible returns, actually really good returns. You're saying 10% per month, this guy must be a relatively aggressive trader, he must know what he's doing. I'm gonna make $300 a month on my money, I'll give him 50%, and then he'll keep, and then I'll keep 50%, right? So that means we each make, what is that? $300 divided by 2 equals $150 each on my money per month, just to kind of let this other person handle it. And in theory, that actually could be a reasonable situation to look for. However, it's going to be very hard to find somebody who can do consistently 10% per month. Either ways, the point here is you have somebody who is making a reasonable return and they're able to show it, they have some sort of track record. Here's the problem. Sometimes they're not going to be able to do 10% per month. Sometimes they're going to make 20% per month. Sometimes they're going to make negative 10% per month. Sometimes they're going to make positive 50% per month. It's one of those things. Their returns are not going to look absolutely up or absolutely sideways, right? Sometimes here's the thing. We get this question a lot is when trades that I am sharing inside of the A1 trading community. Now, it's not meant to be a copy service, but people do see what I'm trading and I share my updates. Sometimes my trades are going incredibly well and people make the mistake of overhyping me, right? Basically, they think like, oh, Nick's trades are on it. The next trade he calls is gonna be a winner no matter what. That is a new trader mistake that we see happen again and again here at A1 Trading, is we see people overhype when people are doing well and absolutely turn their back whenever somebody is doing poorly. For example, let me give you one example. Warren Buffett, I'm not gonna try and draw him because I would absolutely be a terrible drawing of Warren Buffett, so I'm just gonna spell his name. Warren Buffett is one of the most incredible investors that we've seen in modern times. He's made like 19% per year for the last 50 years on average. That is really, really, really good for a manager of money. Warren Buffett recently sold off his airlines for a large loss in the crisis that we had here in 2020. That loss, people were all over the place saying, oh, he's lost his edge, he doesn't know what he's doing, he's a crazy old man, he's lost all of his things. But this is a common mistake that traders make watching other people or trying to get other people to manage their money for them, is they overhype when they're doing well and they completely abandon them when they're not doing well. So the problem even with a good account manager, if you were able to find one, is that new traders don't understand that trading returns do not look like this. They look like this. They go up, they go down, and if they're good, over time they're going to go up. But you have to be able to endure the times that are bad. And so this is why, in my opinion, for traders who don't know what they're doing, unless you are absolutely willing to find an investor or find a money manager who seems to really have a great track record long term and put that money in there and say, okay, I'm gonna give this person a long period of time to show their results, I think that it's probably worth avoiding. Because if you're just looking to put money into an account manager and find somebody who's gonna make you quick money, that's going to be a very, very losing game, because you're going to be sitting there watching their returns and being like, it's going really, really poorly, they're terrible, I'm taking my money and putting it somewhere else. And if it goes well, you're going to say, oh, let's do triple the position size and make this money really go crazy, right? So this is the emotional side of people who don't know anything about trading and investing, trying to just cheat the system and copy or follow or stick money with somebody else, okay? These are things to think about, and they are dangerous, dangerous pitfalls that a lot of people make. Again, avoid scams first off. If you see people offering ridiculous offers, that is going to be your telltale that you should definitely not invest with somebody like that. What I mean by that is that what if somebody tells you that they're going to make 50% on your money every month? Is that reasonable? I would say definitely not. That's just, if somebody can try and make that claim, if they have a multi-year track record, then consider it. But if they don't have a track record and they're just saying that they can make 50% per year, don't fall for that. Don't just buy into that. A lot of times people make the mistake when it comes to financial markets. They think this is different than the rest of the world, where they can make large amounts of money very easily. If it was that way, everybody would be doing it. This is a place to make money slow and steady. And when it comes to account management services, I would say avoid them for the most part. And if you're going to consider anybody, consider the people that have solid track records that promise or don't promise anything really. They just go for realistic returns and have performance to show that they've done it in the past. That's all I've got for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy these videos, make sure to like the video down below, subscribe to the channel so that you can get more content when it comes to trading and investing, and leave a comment down below. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day.